If any of you watched this last video, you'll notice that this gameplay is the same gameplay that I had in the last video, and this is an extended cut of the original video, I guess. The reason why I have the same gameplay is because even though I thought I recorded some extra gameplay, apparently I fucking didn't, and for some reason I have two different recordings of the same gameplay. I really don't understand why or how, but I do. Call me stupid for not knowing, but I don't. I just don't know. But regardless, I'm here to bring you the extended cut of the Black Ops 3 video that I made not too long ago, other than maybe like a day or two ago, I think. I don't remember. But regardless, let's get into this. So, as I was going through my original video, I noticed there was actually a lot of things that I left out, including the specialist, and an extended rant on the supply drops. So let's get into the specialists. The specialists are something that I have a mixed bag with. On one hand, I kinda like it because the weapons are cool, the abilities are cool. They don't take that long to earn, and they're not very hard to earn. But on the other hand, I dislike them because of the fact that you don't even have to like get kills or play the objective, actually actively participate in the match to get them. All you have to do is wait to get them, and that's all you have to do in order to get your specialists, which I think is kind of stupid, and I understand why it's there. It's meant to be there to give newer players, or noobs as I would call them, a sense of achievement. That's why it's there. But the way they implemented it just doesn't work, in my opinion. If they made it to where you actually had to actively participate in the match, I wouldn't have minded specialists. I would have been fine with them. But the way they're implemented now is just kind of bad. I do not like the way they are implemented and how they work sometimes. But let's go over the specialists, what's my favorite, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. So let's start off with Ruin. Ruin is a very simple character, and in my opinion, his abilities are tailored to newer players without a doubt. Gravity spikes, all you have to do is press one button and kills. Boom. You get at least a kill if you actually are in front of somebody, or they're in front of you. You will at least get one kill, and all you have to do is press two buttons. That's it. And instant kill. Instant free kill. That's it. They do have a rather large blast radius, and I feel like sometimes I get killed by gravity spikes when I really shouldn't. Gravity spikes, from what I see, are picked quite frequently by higher level players, which is the exact opposite of what's intended, just because of its ease of use. Ruin is generally overpicked, in my opinion, because of his ease of use. Overdrive is basically like 2 times speed, I believe. 2 times your normal walk and sprint speed. Pretty much 2 times your normal speed, period. I think is how it works. Overdrive, however, is kind of bad when not in the hands of an experienced player. However, if in the hands of an experienced player, it can be a really good ability. But if not, then it's kind of a waste to run. I would give Ruin overall a 6 out of 10. Let's move on to Outrider. Outrider is a specialist I particularly like, mainly because of her abilities and her weapons, obviously. Let's start off with the Sparrow. So the Sparrow is an explosive compound bow that it has a somewhat small blast radius, but if you can hit enemies, it's a precision weapon basically. If you can hit your enemies, it will be rewarded. It is a one-shot kill no matter what, as long as it hits the enemy or the explosion radius is within a foot or two of the enemy. It will be a one-shot. So it rewards accuracy, I can say that. You have 10 total shots, that's 10 total kills you can get if you're quick enough, which I think is a really good deal. I particularly like it because it's one of the harder specialist weapons to use in my opinion, because of the fact that you actually have to aim. You actually have to have accuracy to use it. You don't have to aim to use it, but you have to have somewhat accurate. You have to be somewhat accurate. You can just shoot her bow instantly without really drawing it, but it reduces the range / trajectory of the bow massively. It'll pretty much land like 3 feet in front of you. However, if you fully draw up the bow, I'm pretty sure it can go all the way across the map without stopping, unless it hits something. So there's a little tidbit for you. And then you have Vision Pulse, which, in my opinion, it's a very situational ability, and in my opinion, is only useful in either hardpoint or ranked. No, God, fuck, this is not Siege. What I meant to say is it's not very useful unless you're playing like an objective game mode like Domination, Search and Destroy, especially Search, and Hardpoint, I'd say. Other than that, it's kind of useless. It doesn't really have a point to it. I would say if there's any game mode to use it in Search. That's really the only time it's going to be like at its maximum potential. I will say that without a doubt. Okay. So overall, I would give Sparrow an 8 out of 10. Now, Prophet. Sorry. Prophet is another one of the favorites of mine that I particularly like. I think he's a really fun specialist to play. So, his Tempest is basically an electric. It's an electric chargeable sniper rifle, and it works like a sniper rifle. It's a one-shot, no matter what, even if it's not fully charged. It rewards. It's one of those weapons like Sparrow's compound bow that rewards accuracy over spraying, I guess, is how I like to describe it. It's a very good weapon if you can actually be accurate with it. It has a chain ability that can chain, I don't even know how many people. I've seen people kill entire teams with one shot. But it can chain to nearby enemies within the electric radius, and they'll just keep on chaining until the enemies stop coming near the people that are being electrocuted. They'll just keep on chaining. It's a very good weapon for feeds. If you're accurate with it and you're in the right place, it's a very good weapon for feeds. And it has 8 shots with the ability to get God knows how many kills. You can kill a team probably about 6 times over with it. It has a very high potential kills. It has a very high kill potential, I can tell you that without a doubt. Now, Prophet's glitch. Now, I don't really use glitch. I don't really like it. But what I can say is that it is a very useful, very, very useful ability. One of the most useful in the game. If you're in a really bad situation. If you're in a really bad situation, you're super low, you know you can't win the battle, glitch, and then you're pretty much good. And then you can either sneak up or try to get a better positioning on the guy that got you low and you can try to kill him. I mean, it's not really all that hard, to be honest, to use it. It's very easy, but hands of a skilled player, it is an amazing ability. I would rate Prophet a 7 out of 10. Battery. Oh god, I hate Battery. You know what? You can call me a fucking retard for hating Battery. When you can call me lazy for using the same gameplay, but I'm gonna explain the gameplay now. I thought I recorded different gameplay, apparently I didn't. And the only reason I'm using this gameplay is because I really don't feel like going and getting more gameplay, like 20 minutes of gameplay, on this fucking account where I have garbage ass weapons with no attachments. I really don't feel like doing that. That's the last thing I want to do right now. But back to the specialist. Yes, I fucking hate Battery. I hate Battery with a passion. Her abilities are godsends, yes. But Battery as a whole, as an idea, is fucking god-awful. She has a fucking... She basically has a massive-ass noob tube. They can split into more fucking noob tubes when the noob tube hits the goddamn ground. It's a noob tube launcher that makes more noob tubes. That's literally what it is. A noob tube with 8 shots that can turn into about 24 noob tubes. It's annoying as hell. It's a really annoying weapon. For that reason alone, is a really annoying weapon. And that's honestly the truth. It's just an annoying ass weapon. Is it good for kills? Yes. But I'm not going to let my personal opinion get in the way of my actual ratings. I'm rating their abilities and shit. But the War Machine is actually one of the better specialist weapons out there, I would definitely say. Her kinetic armor ability is actually quite good as well. It's literally what it is. It's body armor that can protect you from a few shots. And hell, even a sniper shot. And in certain situations, such as search, for example, you're going to want that, considering you only have 1 life. Or you can just use it in general if you're on a high streak and you don't want to die very easily. You can just use it in that situation. It's another one of those, I would describe it as situational perks. Not perks, god damn it. Specialist abilities. But I still like it, personally. Okay, so I'm going to give Battery a 7 as well. Let's see. Sorry, sometimes I forget the specialist. I'm going in order here. Okay, Seraph. Yeah, I forgot about her. Seraph is probably my second favorite character. My second favorite specialist. I love her combat focus ability, and I love her Annihilator pistol. Let's get into the Annihilator first. So, despite the fact that it only has 6 shots, those 6 shots can be put to amazing use. The Annihilator, while seeming to be lacking in wall power for whatever reason, at least from what I see, it has massive potential for collaterals. And if you can line it up correctly, you can get quad feeds with just 1 shot. If you line it up correctly. It's a weapon. It's a skill cannon. There's no other way to say it. It is a skill cannon. If you can aim, you will get those 6 kills. You will get those 6 kills if you're accurate. And hell, even more if you can shoot people through walls and collateral them. You can get even more kills. The kill potential, I would say, is up and towards the 10s. No, you can get anywhere from 6 kills to maybe up to about maybe 15, I'd say, with this. It's on the lower end of kills, but I just really like the feel of it and the way it works. You know? It's just one of those really cool weapons. And then we have the combat focus. Now, while I don't really use combat focus myself, I do understand that it is used quite often by not only Call of Duty YouTubers, but by pretty much everyone who plays Black Ops 3. Pretty much everyone has used combat focus at one point and uses it, I would say that. Combat focus is very useful, but it only lasts for a certain amount of time, I think 20 seconds, maybe. But if you pop it at the right time when you know you're going to get several kills, you can get your streaks extremely fast, because it doubles the amount of points you get from doing everything, from assists, kills, captures, defends, whatever, all that stuff. It doubles your points. And it can be really useful in a clutch situation when you know you're about to get a kill and you're just like 100 or 200 points off of your streak and you want to get it guaranteed. It's a really easy way to do that. That's basically what I like to describe it as. It's a clutch. It's a clutch ability, is what I like to call it. And it can be extremely useful in a lot of situations. But overall, I would rate Seraph an 8.5. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be IGN. I'm gonna use decibels. An 8.5 out of 10. So next up is Nomad, and I'm not even gonna lie. Nomad is just the worst specialist in the game. Everybody knows it. Even I know it. Nomad is the absolute worst specialist in the game. And here are several reasons why he's trash. Number one, his hives. They are used only by campers who want something to completely protect their ass when they're camping. It is infamous for being used by campers. That's just one thing. Number two is fucking okay, number two is the fact that his hives disappear after he dies, so the second he dies, his hive just go away. Instead of being with the system where they only go away when they're all used up, or after like a minute or two after him dying. That would be helpful. And secondly, his rejack ability is terrible. Because unless you got sniped, or you got killed from long range, that rejack is not going to help you. That rejack will literally do nothing for you. You might as well just be giving the enemy a free kill. Because if they're up close to you, and they see that fucking smoke, they're going to shoot into that smoke, and then you are fucked. You are fucked if they shoot into that smoke. You're done. And then it's just a waste of an ability. It is a fucking terrible ability. And it can only be applied in very, very little situations. I rate Nomad a 2 out of 10. He is the most god-awfully bad specialist in the game. The most god-awful specialist in the game. Now, we have Reaper. Reaper is a fun specialist to play, but he's not one of my favorites. Reaper has two abilities. His Psychosis, which is his passive ability, and his weapon, which is the death machine, i.e. the scythe. Let's talk about the scythe first. So, the scythe is basically a death machine. That's all I should really need to say. But it has a very high potential for kills, a very high fire rate, a high amount of ammo. It's definitely one of the better specialist weapons out there for sure. I can tell you that. You can get a lot of kills with it. But you have to be accurate in order to maintain that. In order to get a shit... I mean, you can spray and pray with the fucking death machine, i.e. the fucking scythe. Don't get me wrong. You can. But It's better to be accurate with it than just spray with it. I can tell you that. Okay, it's basically a death machine on steroids. Then you have his psychosis ability, which is the ability to spawn multiple clones of himself and it's the ability to make yourself look exactly like your clones, which is yellow, and they all spread out from the origin point. There's 3 clones, and they all spread out from the origin point of where you spawn them, i.e. you. They go out in all sorts of different directions. And it can be useful if you're in a bamboozle type of situation. You can bamboozle enemies pretty easily, but if you're in a really bad situation, it's very clutch. If the enemies are stupid and they don't know what they're doing, they will shoot at the clones. I guarantee it. And it can be very useful for getting out of bad situations. I can't tell you how often I've gotten out of bad situations with this. Okay, so we're running out of time, so I'm going to have to move on quickly. I give Reaper a 6 out of 10, because Psychosis is really easy to detect if you're a better player. Spectre. I'm just going to summarize their abilities quickly now. Commando Pro with his Reaper, that's lock on, and the ability to go invisible. Very good character. 8 out of 10. My favorite, Firebreak. Big ass flamethrower. If you get touched by it once, you're fucking dead. Heatwave, a very cheap, albeit very good ability that allows you to completely stun lock enemies and make it to where they cannot move at all, pretty much. He is by far my favorite character, 10 out of 10. He is by far one of the most useful in my opinion. Okay, so that supply drop rant, I don't really have anything else to say about that. Sorry I had to rush it at the end there, but I was running out of time, quickly, so I'm going to end this off here. This is the extended cut of the bo3 video. Alright guys, I'll see you later on the next video. Bye.